So Cricksters, let me take you through a quick easy peasy guide on how you can play this amazing boredom buster game and have maximum fun. Crickster is one of the most simple and exciting games to play. First things first, this is cricket and anything can happen in this game. You can be off to a fantastic start and end up 2 runs short, or you could be going all ballistic and then falter along the way. The objective of this game is to be the highest scorer at the end of overs provided or mutually decided. Let's get to know the basics. Just like cricket, the match will commence between 2 teams. You can have a number of players in each team, one against each wicket, or one player can be one team. Both the teams are batting and the board is out there to get you out. You can choose either team, red or blue. For perfect fun, we have suggested match sets at the end of the video for the recommended number of overs, wickets and strengths per match. Otherwise, you can mutually decide any combination you like. The board is our cricket ground. That is inspired from snakes and ladders with numbered and action tiles. Action tiles are where you get out. You will move ahead on the board scoring with each turn through a roll of the dice. There are a total of 100 places. If you cross 100 runs, you continue from 1, carrying forward 100 with you. That is 101, 102, 103, and it goes on till the wickets last or the overs are finished. The game can start with one of the players taking first turn or just toss a coin to decide who rolls the dice first. There are 2 ways a person can be marked out on the game. One is if the opponent lands on the same spot as you, just like Ludo. The other way is if you land on any of the action tiles on the board. When you are out, move one player out of the board to keep track of how many wickets are gone. Here's a pro tip. Have one friend as an umpire to keep track of the wickets, strengths and score. Additionally, the provided scoreboard is for ease of recording number of balls bowled, runs scored and wickets lost. It's important to note that if you've already gotten out on the action tile on the board, you cannot be further bowled out on the same tile if your opponent lands on the same tile. Rather, your opponent will be out. In a rare situation, if one player is leading on the board but loses all the wickets, the opponent will chase the score in the remaining overs in order to win the match. The dice. Just like cricket, you take single, double, 3 and hit 4 or 6. These are your 5 sides of the dice. Roll the dice and whatever the dice shows is your score on that ball. Instead of 5 on the dice, we have our own very unique rewind action. Once you roll rewind, draw a rewind card from the deck, read through the historical fact and do the action as defined in the card. The rewind cards. Rewind cards are an interesting and unique part of the game that give the game a twist. You roll the dice and it lands on rewind. You have to draw one rewind card from the deck. The rewind card will have an interesting moment from the real cricketing world, with an instruction on how many places you or your opponent has to move forward. This can be super fun, as you might get to move 10 places forward, or chances are that it may turn out to be helpful for your opponent, or there can be hidden strengths for you or your opponent. The strengths. The strategic moves in this game are the strengths. 1 up. It adds 1 run to your existing dice score. For example, you roll the dice and it lands on 4. Use 1 up to make yourself move 1 run ahead to 5. Use this strength to save yourself from getting out on the board or bowl out your opponent who may just be 1 step ahead. Note that this strength can only be used after rolling the dice and not before. Shield. Use shield to block yourself from getting out. If it is your opponent approaching on your tile where you are currently standing, or you land on any of the action tiles. This strength can be used anytime. Cross kill lets you bowl out your opponent who is in the range of 2 steps or tiles in any of the directions in a plus formation. Cross kill cannot be defended with the shield. Just like 1-up, this strength can also only be used after rolling the dice and not before. So when you reach a tile after rolling the dice, and if your opponent is in the range of cross kill, you may use this strength to bowl out the opponent. It's important to note that strengths cannot be used in the first over of any category match. You can call it power play. You can use only one strength at a time. 1-up and cross kill will only be used with the dice. That means after you have rolled the dice. Shield, however, can be used any time to defend your wicket. Free hits. Well, free hits are a special treat. Two ways a player can get a free hit. One is when the player bowls out the other player when they land on the same tile as the opponent. If the opponent uses shield, he remains not out and thus no free hit. The other way is when a player crosses 50 or 100 score mark. It's important to note that just like in cricket, you can't get out on the free hit unless you land on run out on the board. You also cannot bowl your opponent out on your free hit. The scorecard. This helps you keep a track of the score and wickets over by over. Put the names of the participants in the field to indicate who is selecting which team, red or blue. Each over has 6 boxes for 6 deliveries. Each box has additional portions so that you can easily mark your rewind cards, strengths, free hits and wickets. For example, you can mark a loss of a wicket in the half circle and add the score in first portion of the box, as the score on which a person gets out will also be counted, or added to the total, and your next player will continue from the same spot. If you find writing the score tedious, you can just cross each box to keep the track of deliveries and overs, as the board already gives you your total score. You can set your own rules, number of overs, wickets, and strengths allowed. However, following are suggested match sets for a perfect, fun Crickster match. That's it, simple and easy. If you still have questions, contact us on Facebook and we will help you in navigating this amazing cricket game. So stay tuned